Brenden, let me you now, as we're talking about some of the social changes we will witness more of in the future due to climate change, what are some of the things that we can expect to happen, especially in employment sectors and business sectors, as weather patterns change, as climate change manifests in different forms?
Well, I think the first thing to say, is these are unprecedented times. And, as Brady has said, these patterns, when you join them up, it is very clear that everything that scientists have been saying for a long time is now happening. We used to talk in business about climate change being a risk that we needed to take account of at some point in the future. I used to mock up headlines of websites saying the headlines might one day look like this and tell clients that. We're now there. And where we've got to is precisely in keeping with what the scientists have been saying for time. And we're in a very unusual stage now where the world is kind of on a war footing with nature. And it's a war that we can't win if business carries on as usual. This is not a time for reducing impacts, for using things a bit more wisely, reducing carbon emissions by 10, 20%. If you look at the images on your screen, we are past that point. So what we're going to see, I hope, is increasingly disruptive, bold, audacious interventions from businesses and, of course, from governments to tackle what is a global emergency. This is now a public health disaster. It is an economic disaster. People say, we have to prioritize growth and jobs, and in poor countries, employment in the now matters more than thinking about nature and climate in the future. My question would be, well, how do you think that's going? And what do you think the economic cost to Jakarta is, to Australia is, to California is, to the 16 African countries suffering from climate emergencies? So there's going to be enormous change in the business community.